This is Lewis Hart from Insu Boxing. Delighted today to be joined with Denzel Bentley. How are we doing, mate?
I'm all good, thank you. And yourself?
I'm good, man. I'm good. You just made, bit of a broadcasting, on the TV there. How did that go? How was that?
Yeah, no, it was good. Thinking of my next part of my career, and no, I'm joking, but no, it was good. It was good.
We've got a big fight this weekend. Big fights all across this weekend. Ryder versus Parker. What'd you make of that fight? And who are you fancying for it?
It's a good fight. Obviously, I know John personally, so I'll be siding with John. But it's literally a 50-50 fight. I couldn't pick a winner.
I feel the same, mate. I feel the same. Just come back recently, unfortunately, a trip to America. Whether it didn't go your way, how was the trip to America? It's what every boxer dreams of, and you were able to fulfil that dream. Obviously, weren't the result that you wanted, but still, still a great experience nonetheless.
Yeah, no, it was a good experience, man. It was a good experience. I enjoyed it. The 2 weeks there were amazing, man. I met some good people. Enjoyed the atmosphere. Do you know what I mean? I got to enjoy a couple of days after the fight, but overall, it was a good experience, and I honestly, I fully enjoyed it.
How did you think the fight went? What would you make about the fight? What did you make of Alimkhanuly? Sharing the ring with him.
Yeah, no, he's a great fighter, and I said that all the way. But I just didn't see him as this, fearsome puncher or whatever. But it was a good fight. It was a closer fight than I thought the scorecard showed. But it is what it is. I'm not here to say a robbery or nothing because I probably didn't win the fight. Well, not probably. I didn't win the fight. Do you know what I mean? But the scorecards didn't show I was in the fight, and I felt like I was in the fight, and I felt like I was a couple rounds too slow to start, and maybe I would have got the decision, but it is what it is. It don't really matter. That's done. I'm just thinking about pushing on from here and capitalising off that performance and getting back to that sort of world honours.
What did you make of people? When you took the fight, people were sort of saying stuff, about like they didn't really think not this. I'm not saying this. I said this, but people were saying like, oh, you didn't have a chance, this and that. You proved a lot of people wrong. But what was that like when do you pay attention much to that stuff? When you hear things like that.
Yeah, but I enjoy it. I get to prove people wrong, and then I get to see what they say after. Do you know what I mean? It's like you got to eat your words, kind of thing. Because literally everybody thought the same thing. I was getting stopped in a couple of rounds and blah 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 because of what he done to Danny Dignam and obviously how my fight went with Cash and stuff, and it was like, all right, cool, just have to wait and see. But I don't ignore that stuff or turn away from it. I kind of like read into it and feel myself with it. Do you know what I mean? So I enjoy all that stuff. I see it as a bit of back and forth for Bants, but nah, it's good overall.
Like I said, people built him up to be like the most avoided, most avoided fighter, this and that, most avoided world champion. So what do you? Sorry. People make out these like the most avoided champion and that. What is it down to your mentality, would you say, that you see people saying that and you say, I want that challenge?
I just don't care. Do you know what I mean? That a lot of people are fighters, but they're not really fighters. Do you know what I'm saying? They fight, but I'm a fighter through and through. Like, if you're not gonna put a challenge in front of me, and I'm not gonna take it. Like, that's just me. Some people ain't really up for a challenge. They want to guide their career a bit and kind of glamorize their career, which is fine, isn't it? It's just that's just what you want to do. But I'm different. You're not gonna put a challenge in front of me, and I'm not gonna accept it. I think in 20 fights, I haven't turned down one fight. Losses, wins, draws, whatever it is. Like, I take it on the chin and I come back. So.
Does it frustrate you though when you see certain people that said like, oh yeah, I'll fight anyone, I'll do this, but they ain't really walking what they're talking?
It used to, but now it's like I just know you're chatting that. It's all talk. It looks good for the public, especially for like, as they say, casual fans, innit? Like they see it and be like, oh, he's this, he's that, he's that. But obviously the media do a good job at playing on that undefeated record or someone that's meant to be the next big thing or wherever it is they may seem. But us fighters know the real deal. Only thing that's annoying is people might not be getting their real just dues that really do fight anyone, and then it's the ones that are marketable that are out there to the public and are getting all the benefits of a fighter, but they're just there kind of navigating through the division or through the sport. But it's what it is, isn't it?
I know you said you don't really care about what people say, but is there a part of you that felt like when people were saying things about you, how they thought this Janibek fight would go? Do you feel in a certain way like do you feel disrespected in a way, and how do you take that if you felt that way?
100%, it's all disrespect. 100% that's disrespect. There's no other way to put it. It's disrespect, but how are you going to take disrespect? I'm just going to sit online and argue with them all day. I just read it, I see it, and the way I got to clap back is my performance in the ring. I can't sit online all day and argue with these guys. Like, I don't know anything like. My team put me in that fight because they've seen me in the gym. They've seen me like every day. They know what I can do. It wasn't a cash out fight like, oh, listen, mate, get this and then do one. Because I'm not going to say like the money was mad life changing. Like, it wasn't. But it was a good opportunity. Get my hands on that belt and then it is life changing. Do you know what I mean? But everyone else is saying things. The way I got to clap back is putting it in the ring. So all that I'm taking it personal, but I've got to show it in the ring. I'm taking it out on my opponent, even though it's not their fault.
Moving on, domestically, 160 is it's a shark tank of the division. You've beaten a lot of great domestic opponents. We've got, tomorrow we've got a big domestic fight in terms of Hamzah Sheeraz versus River Wilson Bent. Hamzah Sheeraz has been, your name's been, flirted around with him quite a lot. What do you make of Hamzah Sheeraz as an opponent and potentially for you?
I think he's a good fighter. I think he's a good fighter. But when you interview him next, ask him if he wants to fight me. If he says yes, we'll do it next. That's it. I ain't turned down the fight in 20 fights, like I've said. So anyone that wants it, we're with the same stable. Give Frank a call, Martin, or however you want to do it. It's just what it is. I'm not really bothered about who it is I'm facing next.
Like I said, domestically, 160 is a shark tank. You're at the top of the tree, you know what I mean? Do you feel like, in a way, like you got a bit of a target on your back with these, holding the British title? Do you feel like, in a way, you might have a target on the back on such a shark tank of a division?
I don't, I feel like I still got a bit more to prove. I don't feel like I got a target on my back. I feel like I got more to prove. I think I got a show, because it's still questionable. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh, is this guy really him? Like, I think I am, but I don't know. That's why I'm up for all challenges. I feel like I still got something to prove. I'm at the at that top of the domestic scene, but I'm not number one, according to box rec and stuff. So I want to fight those guys that are ranked above me and prove that I am number one. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I don't feel like there's a target on my back at all.
When can we see you sort of next in the ring? Well, how active do you want to be in 2023?
If I get 3 fights next year again, I'd be happy. Some sort of like after the first quarter of next year, I want to be out. So it's like May, June time, but we'll see what's there. Might be out earlier. But April, May, June is a good time for me. But either way, I ain't spoke to my team about anything yet. It was just get your resting. But I'm back in the gym next week and we'll discuss, what's next and stuff.
Denzel, thank you for your time and well done on the broadcast as well. Thank you, appreciate it, man. Thank you. Cheers.